Yo, post game, post game, post game. Yo, all right, let me brighten this up a little bit here. All right. Yeah, unfortunately, Boise State did not win this game. The referees played a lot in this game, as you can see, uh, especially when they scored the 24th point. That play, it was a play or sort of before that, what they call like a holding play or something. It was some type of play, and they showed a review of it, and there was nothing. Like the kid did nothing. But then you allow the referees allow Penn State to grab jerseys of the wide receivers, and there was no call. Even the announcer was like, "Oh yeah, they'll allow that." It's just because y'all didn't want Boise in there. I understand. I understand. I wasn't shocked that Boise lost. Um, but I thought Boise had a good chance to win it. And they had some good spurts in the game where they was getting momentum and the referee was like "Brrr, brrr, 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 brrr," on Boise. And they was and I will say this though, Penn State was hitting the hell out of Ashton Genty and they still got back up and kept going, man. Ashton Genty is a soldier, bro. He played to the almost the very end of the game till his coach was like, "Nah, no more, no mas." And but I think he got close to 100. We're gonna check right now. Um, let's see. So the score was 31-14. Like I said, the referees had their hand in this game. I saw the Shawami when it happened. I saw it, man. It happened on the touchdown before they got 31 when they got 24, and they called the flag on somebody and on Boise State after they had pretty much got a 3-and-out, I believe, and they called a flag. And I said, "Oh yeah, the fix is in." This is when the referees start doing all the dancing and choreography and finishing the game out for Penn State because they want that matchup and they want that whole narrative. Oh, Boise's not fit to play in the college playoffs, and that's a lie. They are. The quarterback, he was throwing. He threw pretty well. He did throw some interceptions, but like I said, I saw the bullshit in this game. I saw it, and you can say what you want to say. Oh no, they were just outclassed. They was outclassed because of the referees. That's what I want to say. They were only outclassed because of the referees and the whole motive and the whole agenda and all of that. Which, congrats to Penn State, on their win. But I saw the bullshit and I saw how the refs were doing Boise State, and that wasn't cool at all. But like I said, they do that to these kids, man. They rob them. Drew Aller threw for 171 yards, 3 touchdowns. This kid, Matson, has rarely thrown interceptions. He threw 3 all year, I believe. This game, he threw 3. So he threw for 304 yards passing, 1 touchdown, and 3 INTs. Hey, man, that was still a hell of a job from Matson. He threw some great throws. Man, his wide receivers were them dudes, man, when they were catching them good because they had to sacrifice everything to catch them balls, and they did. Allen, Russian, he had 134 yards, and Genty had 104 yards. I mean, I already see what the narrative is about this, but it is what it is. Warren has 63 yards, 2 touchdowns. And that, like I said, that one touchdown that I believe he caught over the DB. The play before that, there was a flag, and that changed the momentum of the game because I think it was like 17-14, and then that play happened. He caught a touchdown, but it was a flag thrown in there that changed the momentum of the game. Penn State and Boise State was hanging in there with Penn State for majority of the game up until that flag happened and they got that easy touchdown. Well, it wasn't an easy touchdown, but they had momentum back in their hand because the referees blew that flag or threw that flag out, and that changed the momentum. And when you watch the replay, you're like, where's the infraction? See, it's kind of like what Sebastian Telfair was talking about in basketball, how they just call stuff just to call stuff because they're trying to control the game, the outcome of the game. And that's exactly what I saw with this Boise State game. See, I watch the game from a different way, not just from a fan. I watch it from dissecting the game and stuff. And I saw that, and I was just like, wow. But it is what it is. They lost the game, so they're going to go. Penn State is going to go ahead and move on to the next round. And but it's all good. Baylor ended up losing to LSU. I saw some stuff in that game, but it is what it is. Baylor's going to be a tough team next year, but I saw what I saw, and there were some things that could have changed the outcome and brought LSU, put LSU in some serious trouble. Also, that flag for the run back when Baylor ran the ball back for a touchdown, they call a holding, like a bullshit ass holding call. You know what I mean? See, I'm a football fan, so I'm fair for everybody, man, when it comes to calls and things, man. I just saw the bullshit with the refereeing on that. Okay? I did. But the SEC did not have a good day today. They did not. LSU won, but South Carolina lost, and and Alabama lost. Yes, sir. They lost. Michigan won. I told you, man, Big Ten is holding this shit down right now. They locking shit down. Penn State won. Michigan won. The only one that only one from the Big Ten that didn't win today was Washington. Washington, and they could have won that game. They really could. It would have been a royal flush. Or like, you know, if the Big Ten would have won. I mean, the Big Ten is dominating. They dominate in so many fashions. The lower level is dominating. The lower level. And even look at this score. 35-34. Right? Let me see. Make the screen bigger. So you can kind of see, you know, Michigan shut Alabama down. Washington could have won this game, and I called this game today. I thought they would win it and beat Louisville, but Louisville was just not going away. South Carolina got beat by Illinois. Illinois was a tough team this year. They was. They went into Lincoln, Nebraska, and handled business down there. They won. They beat several teams this year that they wasn't supposed to beat. And, you know, shout out to Illinois, Illini. And then Baylor, you know, lost to LSU. But I was watching one of the uh, locked on Baylor locked on whatever, and the guy was talking about how the defense was horrible, which it was the secondary really. It was really their secondary that was really killing them, and then the penalties on defense, and then you had on offense, you had some penalties that backed them up and also turned over the ball. So, but Baylor next year could be, uh, I want to say, shoot, 10 to 11 win team next year. They could be. Uh, if they get in the right defensive players, some good secondary guys who really want to work. First of all, everybody needs to be in uniform correctly, man. Some guys got the back flaps out. They got this and that out. They got that and this, that. I mean, clean it up, man. To be a team, you know. I see it. I even seen it on Penn State's team. I mean, if it was me, I wouldn't allow none of them players to do that. Uh, come in that game looking sharp as a team. You know, only thing you may be able to the sneakers a little bit, but make sure it's the same color as the uniforms. But it is what it is. I I want to see college football go back when it comes to this transfer portal deal. They can only transfer one time a year, or every 2 seasons. Every 2 seasons, because this transfer portal thing is getting out of hand. You're getting a lot of kids lost in the transfer portal and things like that, and you probably never see them again. Um, and then you got the ones who think they're gonna have a school, and then they don't, and then they have to go to a lower level school or whatever, or go back to JUCO. Um, the NIL world has changed the game. But definitely, they got to change this whole thing about guys sitting out in bowl games. They got to change that. That's that. I mean, you're paying these kids to play now, right? So they should be able to play those games, right? Because everybody's not going to the NFL, even though they think they're going to the NFL, and not everybody's going in the first round. So why are you sitting out? To go to the Canadian League? To go to UFL, USFL, XFL, whatever? Those are your only other choices unless going overseas, going over to Europe and play Euro football. I don't see why all these guys are sitting out of games, man. Not all these guys are going to the NFL. They can't be. There's only a selected few that it actually is, and the rest of them are not. So, and even then, they should participate in their bowl games. These bowl games actually mean something. Each game, I don't know if these guys really pay attention. Each bowl game is a championship. So even though you don't go to the national championship, which is, it's a made up thing, it is. SEC and ESPN made it up. Oh, yeah, we're going to make a national championship. All the other games are championships too. Everybody gets a trophy. Everybody's a winner in this. Who wins those bowl games? They get a trophy. FCS don't do that. You got to get to the top. FCS is not like that. You got to go. You got to get to the natty. in order to hold that trophy up. It ain't no bowl game wins. It ain't no championship. You just out the playoffs. This is not like that in FBS. In FBS, every bowl game, you can get a championship. So everybody wins. Hey, everybody wins. Except for the person that lost in that bowl game. And that's why I said, why did Miami tank a game or throw a game and let Cam Ward do what he did? You still was going to win a championship. I don't care if it was a Pop-Tart Bowl or what. It still was a championship. You didn't care. You was like, F that. We just want to get him to get some stats so he can go on over, and we're going to throw this game and give it to Iowa. So Iowa got the trophy now. Iowa can brag about this 10 years down the road. Like, they were stupid. They threw the game. When you could have won the game. That's why I respect Shedeur Sanders, Coach Prime, Colorado Buffs for what they did, and the horrible loss. They did not study. They did not study the way they needed to study. They got overwhelmed, I guess, over the excitement of just being there. I don't know what it was. But they didn't study hard enough because BYU, I said this from the get-go in my videos. You can go back about 3 or 4 videos. I said, and I think I don't know if I put well-off video on there when he was talking, Coach Prime was talking, and Coach Hart. I don't know. But I will say, Coach Hart said this. And he said the team does not look ready and focused. He said that. I just said that in my last video. I'm not shunning from it because I know this was Coach Hart said this. And that's when he was talking about he's going to let the linebackers know. He's not going to let them know until game time or whatever who's going to be who. Congratulations to Penn State once again for winning their game. I still think the referees had a lot to do with them winning, which they did. I think Boise State didn't get a lot of calls for political reasons. Kind of like when Colorado went to Kansas. Kansas State came to them. And then also when they went to Lincoln, Nebraska, or when Colorado went to Kansas, they wouldn't get no calls. Or how BYU was able to beat Utah, and Utah wasn't able to get the calls. And then they call a bullshit-ass flag on Utah so BYU can win the game by a field goal. But I will say that on the Colorado tip, and I know I'm going sideways a little bit, but he's got to win a bowl game next year because Coach Prime has not won a bowl game. And that's not going to sit well with Colorado fans too long, man. You can do the bling bling and the videos and all that stuff, but it's going to be a certain point. I know, man, Colorado fans have a time limit before they start calling for whatever. This year, Coach Prime, you got to win a bowl game this coming season with Juju or with Salters. And that defense, you're going to have to adjust that defense so it's not just man coverage the whole time. You're going to have to adjust it. Not only that, you're going to have to run the ball more. If you notice, all the teams that are in the playoffs, but a lot of them run the ball, man. They got 100-yard rushers. Ashton Genty. Oregon runs the ball. Who else? Arizona State runs the ball and then sets up the pass. Georgia runs the ball and then sets up the pass to set up the pass. You know, Texas. It depends. They run the ball, but they rely a lot on passing, and that's why they get choked up in the few games that they got choked up in. But you can't just be pass in this league. It's not the SWAC. The SWAC is different. They don't have throwing quarterbacks, good quarterbacks in the SWAC. They don't have those type of defenses in the SWAC. So you can throw all damn day if you got a good quarterback or an accurate quarterback. You can throw in the SWAC. The SWAC is trying to change their label right now. They're in the middle of changing. The MEAC is in the middle of changing. Hopefully, you see some more action with Coach Vic now and Coach Jackson. Yeah, that's unique, huh? Deshaun Jackson, a Cali brother up there in Delaware. Michael Vick in Norfolk State. Hopefully they'll get some throwing quarterbacks and not just mobile quarterbacks. You need to be balanced. I saw Pat Schumer talking about this. He wants to be balanced. He wants a balanced offense this coming season. And with Caden Salters, I think they'll be able to do that, and with Juju, and they got running backs. They got to do more manipulation and crossing misdirection with the running backs, man. They got to do more of that. Running to the outside, getting to the outside, not just relying on throwing the ball. But, man, Colorado's got some dope wide receivers. Just got to work on that 7-man front on the defense and rebuild that offensive line. I know they will. But as far as Penn State, let's go back to Penn State real quick. Let's see. Uh-oh. Why do that? Let's go back to Penn State real quick. Who the Penn State got next then? Who they're matched up in the bowl game against now? So here it is. All right. So whoever wins the Georgia-Notre Dame game tomorrow will play Penn State. Which, you know what? I don't know why they didn't have one of these teams play today. Like Texas and Arizona should have played today. But each team, each game, right? Each game. Can y'all see this? Like I can't see it. Let me see. Which one is this? Playoff bracket. All right, I got the playoff bracket up here. All right. So I think each one of these games, they get a trophy. They get a championship trophy for the Peach Bowl. So they're going to get a trophy. Whoever wins this game gets a trophy for this game, gets a trophy for this game, and then gets a trophy for that game. So all these teams who are in the playoffs get a trophy for winning that bowl. So when it's all said and done, you're going to win 1, 2, 3 different trophies for each bowl game. On top of the bowl game, your conference championship, right? You're going to win 1, 2, 3 different trophies. So that's what just happened today between Boise and Penn State. Penn State got a trophy after winning the Fiesta Bowl. They got a trophy. Now, if they win the Capital One Orange Bowl, when they play Georgia, they'll get another one. Or Notre Dame, right? They will get another one. And then when they get to the championship, they will get another one, the main one. Right here. But I don't know why that says championship. It should say national championship. Because the other ones, all the other bowl games say championship. So I got Notre Dame in this game against Georgia. I do. One of these SEC teams is going to lose, I believe. I believe one of them will. I don't know which one. I'm leaning more towards Georgia than Texas. But Arizona has got that firepower with Scatterbo, but I don't know if that's enough to beat Texas in their defense. Their defense is for real. Texas and that number 4. I think Oregon still beats Ohio State. Because I don't think Oregon's going to take Ohio State lightly, man. I do not. And I think Oregon still can beat Ohio State. It's going to be a tougher game, probably a closer game. Just like I didn't realize that Michigan and Alabama played twice in 1 year, right? And Michigan beat them both times in the year. So they beat them in a bowl game this year, and then they beat them in a bowl game this year again. Yep, that was a national championship. So they beat them twice in 1 year. And that's why people were really glad Alabama's not in, man. That's why they're glad they got this 12-team playoff going, man. Because you're starting to see what the SEC really is. When you got this playoffs like this, they got it right. For the most part, they got it right. The people got it right. Alabama should not have been there. Tennessee should have been in. Ole Miss definitely shouldn't have got in. So the teams that they got here were right, even with SMU and Clemson doing their thing in the 12-team playoff. I mean, it is what it is. They lost, and it is what it is. So, who I got? I got Oregon on this game here against Ohio State. I think Oregon can beat Ohio State. I got Arizona beating Texas. That'd be 2 Pac-12 teams matching up. Ex-Pac-12 teams matching up if that happens. But if not, it would be Texas and Oregon. I just feel like it's either Texas or Arizona is going to win this. But I feel Texas is going to win it, but I'm going to pull for Arizona just because they're in the Big 12. And then I want to see a Big 12 team win, but I don't know. It depends who they got as a quarterback too. And are they the first game? Yes, they are. They're the very first game of the day, so I'm gonna be ready to rock and roll and watch them. And then Oregon, like I said, I got Oregon, Boise State. I had Boise State, Penn State won, so I got Notre Dame in this. I'm going against all the SEC teams. Uh, I'm going against all the SEC teams, man. I am. Uh, it's gonna be New Year's in like 30 minutes. Gonna be January 1st, 2025, in about 30 minutes. But anyway, man, I want to say Happy New Year's to everybody and everything like that. And hey, man, it was a good day of football and everything like that. And I'm sad that you know Boise didn't get the get the dub. I thought Ashton Genty uh, is a great running back, and he's going to do well in the NFL, man. Um, I thought overall that Boise State can compete with Penn State. I think it was the referees that really changed the outcome of the game. And you saw spurts of Boise State trying to fight back. And the referee said, "Oh, hell no, we ain't going to give y'all that, bro. We don't want that. We got a whole narrative we got to push into the playoffs. So we're going to make sure y'all don't get in. Flag, 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 flag." That's exactly what it was for them. So, and then there was some miscues, a lot of cadence issues going on, but that was with both teams. So it is what it is. All right, man. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. Deuces.